Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 1 is a super middleweight title fight and is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. This contest comes to you sponsored by Rooster Shack in Birmingham, and your third man in the ring is Mr. Gareth Morris. Introducing to you first of all, standing to my left, boxing out of the red corner, make some noise for Nathan Hind. And introducing to you now his opponent standing across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, make some noise for Storm Willis.
Both guys looking real focused on the intros here. Nathan Hinds with his textbook, just stare down there. He's an intimidating guy. This is going to be a really interesting fight.
It's looking fearless. I can't lie, from my side right now, it's looking scary and fearless. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on with this right now.
Look for Nathan Hinds to just come running out at his man here. He doesn't take any back steps and he just keeps coming forward with powerful shots. This should be an interesting fight.
Seconds out, round 1.
And here we go, the first round.
Touch of gloves there from both men. Nathan Hinds just feeling him out of his jab there. Not too much in the first opening seconds. He usually comes out a little bit quicker than this, but he's probably got some respect for Storm Willis. Good body shot there from Nathan Hinds as well. Just popped it down into the middle. He's not scoring yet, but he's just trying to figure his man out a little bit. I think they're both on the same page here.
Ooh.
Good attempt with the left hook there from Storm Willis, but Nathan Hinds just manages to get out of the way of it. They're both nice and fresh on their feet in the start of this fight here.
100%, both men looking very, very fearless, very, very strong, quick on their feet.
Real nice feint there from Nathan Hinds. He pulled the right hand to show it, and then he just popped the jab through the middle. It didn't land flush, but it's good tactics early on here from Nathan Hinds. Big shot there that landed early for Storm Willis. A lot of respect between these two here. Storm Willis is throwing the big shots, but he's not managed to land anything too flush on Nathan Hinds yet. They're just feeling each other out a little bit. You can tell that both of these guys have got a lot of power, and they know it about each other as well. They're being quite wary in this first round. Storm Willis just stalking Nathan Hinds, trying to land that big hook, but Nathan Hinds with a clever shot to the body.
I can't lie, I'm very, very focused right now. I'm just watching the fight. Sorry for the less commentating right now, my bad. I'm just very, very intrigued with this fight.
Yeah, this is an intense one, man. But you can read it on both of these guys. But good work with the jab there from Nathan Hinds. He's got such an accurate and high work rate with that left hand.
Big batake on it.
End of the first round there. Storm Willis is throwing them big shots out, but he maybe just needs to take his time and use his jab to prod his way in there a little bit, because Nathan Hinds is so good at creating distance with that lead hand.
100%. One thing I can say to you though, in person the punches sound very much louder than it might be right now.
You know what, Nathan Hinds, one thing I always say about people that come to watch his fights is listen to the sound of his punches when they land, man. He hasn't thrown a big punch in my opinion yet, but if he does, listen to the sound of it when it lands. And I'm pretty sure as well, if one of those big overhand hooks from Storm Willis lands, that can be troublesome, man. You hear some sound off of one of those.
100%. Like, I'm right ringside right now with Darren, and I can confirm the punches are very, very loud. Yes, Azzy, yes, Muhammad, I'll always say my broski, bro. Hope good up event, inshallah. But yeah, all I can say to you, the punches ringside are absolutely crazy. Very, very loud. And here we go, round 2 is about to begin.
So expect to see a little bit more action from these guys. They felt each other out for the first round. They know it's a 5-round fight. They're taking their time just to ease their way into it. But the pace should probably pick up a little bit here. Nathan Hinds will continue to box intelligently, but Willis seems keen to just get it going with those big shots. So expect some more of that here. Great left hook from Nathan Hinds. He just whips it. He doesn't really put his whole body behind it. He almost just angles in from the shoulder into the elbow and pops it off. calls that don't swing like that from Willis's corner. He's not setting his shots up here. If he lands one of them big shots, he's going to do some damage, but he needs to take his time to set up his combinations. You know, he's throwing his power punch at the start of it, and it's too easy for a good boxer like Nathan Hinds to read.
Oh, big exchange right there. Whoa.
Just a light jab, just prodding it out there from Nathan Hinds. He's really good at that, just keeping that distance with that lead hand, and boom, big uppercut.
Yo, I got a feeling down at this. Oh, that in person was crazy. That's how like, whoa, that's like a car crash happened.
Yeah, that was a very big body shot landed there from Nathan Hinds, a right hook into the body. It's an interesting matchup here because Willis keeps switching stances trying to land that big shot, so it can create some confusion for Hinds, but he just keeps the distance perfectly, and then as soon as he sees the end of Willis's attack, he just throws his shots on the end of it. It's a pretty easy round so far for him. Again, Storm just throwing those one, maybe two, just hooks at a time, power shots. It's not going to carry him well for a 5-round fight. He needs to lean into his boxing a little bit more here. He's got his man in the corner, and this is when he should work with his straight shots especially. Azzy, what are you thinking of the fight so far?
I can't even lie to you, I'm just very, very engaged right now. My eyes, I haven't blinked for the last 2 minutes. I don't even remember the last time blinking. But oh!
Good shots there.
Ooh.
Up on the ropes. They trade shots. Nathan Hinds taking him onto the back of the ropes again, looking very focused.
I can't lie to you, Darren, right now, that round 2, if that's early on fights, what's going to happen to the main event fights, Darren?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, if this is the first fight and we're getting quality boxing like this so far, you know, it can only mean good things for the rest of the card. So I'm really impressed so far. Both of these guys are boxing really well.
This is... People, you don't understand when you're ringside. The punches, of course, you might be watching on the big TV or on your iPhone. It doesn't sound that, but in like legit, me and Darren are ringside right now. The punches sounds like car crashes are happening right next to us.
Yeah, that body shot that Nathan Hinds landed, that was crazy. Huh?
That was absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 more rounds of that, and I'm pretty sure Nathan Hinds, if Willis doesn't start to pick up the work rate with his straight shots, I'm pretty sure he might land some bigger shots than that for sure.
100%. There might be that big Bataka punch was going to land this fight over. Let's read the no sound. Yes, Azzy Walaikum, the main Abu Hussein is saying round 3 begins.
Much of the same again here for Hinds. He's just prodding with that jab, just making sure that he can keep the distance and box at the right distance for him there. Stepping in and out, just keeping that hand as a gauge for distance there, that lead hand. Willis is having a real hard time trying to get underneath it or around it. He'd benefit from just jabbing a little bit more, but he seems intent on throwing those big shots and those hooks. But Nathan Hinds is just pulling the angles on him right now. Storm Willis with some more success there. No flush shots landed, but he's starting to figure out a way to get Nathan Hinds back onto the ropes, and then he can start to let the hands go loose there. And he tries it again, but Nathan Hinds just cycles out towards the corner, back to safety. That jab is starting to frustrate Storm Willis now. You can see it. Nathan Hinds is having a lot of success with it. Boxing much more intelligently than I've seen him box in the past. He's always been a good boxer in my book, but the use of his straight shots and especially his jab to create distance here is just setting him apart as a really, really intelligent boxer right now. Storm Willis again just throwing those looping overhand left hooks, but he's against the ropes now. I think Storm Willis might be trying to bait his man in here. He's not had success chasing him to the ropes, so maybe he's going to wait until Nathan Hinds breaks the distance down a little bit so that he can just throw those big shots, and there we go, he tries it.
This fight is very, very intense. I'm just glued on. I haven't blinked for the last 2 minutes. I'm glued, yo. Oh!
Good shots. Big shots.
Clean!
And that's the end of round 3. A lot of respect between these guys, as you can see.
That's a good thing right there. At the end of the day, sportsmanship was everything once.
Just to confirm in the chat, it is 5 rounds, but 2 minutes per round, that is correct.
I can't ask you to commentate as a commentator. My bad. I'm just very glued onto the screen. I'll forget that I'm commentating, but don't worry, I will commentate more and more. Ask you how many rounds is this fight? Darren, how much rounds is this fight?
Sorry?
How many rounds is this fight, Darren?
So this is fight 1 of 15, so 14 more after this.
100%. But people in the chat, drop some questions below for me and Darren. We'll answer them all right now. Anything about the fight, we'll answer them all right now.
Nathan Hinds still looking fresh. Storm Willis still looking fresh. We've got another 2 rounds to go with these 2 guys here. It's been an interesting bout so far. Some really intelligent boxing from Nathan Hinds and some attempts on some big shots from Storm Willis, but he just hasn't been able to make anything stick as of yet.
I don't know what it is, Darren, but I got a feeling this round might be a knockout round. I've got a feeling.
Do you know what? With either of these guys, it could be. They've got big shots coming in.
I've got a feeling. I can sense it.
Both guys still moving really well for round 4.
Oh, look at that head movement, Bijili movement right there. He's very quick on his feet.
Fair play to Storm Willis, because he's still trying to figure out ways to get to Nathan Hinds, and he's had some success there, landing a body shot. Lands on the glove of Nathan Hinds there with the left hook again. Starting to have some success with those shots now, as Nathan Hinds is potentially slowing down just a fraction now.
And yet again, the respect is still there. You gotta love when they show respect each other, man. You gotta love it.
He's put himself in a corner there. He could be in trouble. Nathan Hinds works his men in the corner for sure. Great body shot. That was loud.
That was very loud, Darren. That was very loud.
Nathan Hinds just controlling the distance so well here. He's not letting Storm Willis let anything off with any real danger. He's throwing great shots, Storm Willis, but they're just not landing. They're coming up a little bit short, and that's good shot, good overhand right.
People, you got, oh, Darren.
Those are the shots I was talking about in the lead up. When Nathan Hinds lands, you hear it.
Oh,
stumble, respect there, trying to respect.
Love that. You gotta love that. But whoa, that punch right there, that was something from head. Still, both fighters seem very, no one seems gassed, no one seems tired.
Yeah, I think they're saving it for the last round. You know, both of these guys know the title's on the line here, and they're boxing.
Ooh. This is getting very intense. This is very intense.
Fight 1, and it's already intense, man.
100%. I was talking about one goal, trying to see if you were able to. How old are these 2 fighters? Someone's asking.
So I know Nathan Hinds is 30 years old, I believe, from looking at the notes we got in front of us. I'm not too sure what age Storm Willis is. We don't actually have as much information on him, just because he's a last-minute replacement for this fight. It was supposed to be John O'Drew, a really experienced, slightly older boxer that's been around the white-collar scene for a long time, but no, he pulled out last minute, I believe. So Storm Willis is the replacement for this, and he's making a great account of himself, I think.
As your fittest call, Alhamdulillah, I appreciate it. When is MK fight? The main event should be around about 9:30, if I'm correct.
Somewhere around there. So about 9:30, guys, that final fight will be on. Last round of this title fight here for the super middleweight belt at CSL6. Nathan Hinds versus Storm Willis. Both of these guys boxing really well up until now, and you know, it's just going to be a case of who wants it more in this last round. So expect some fireworks.
100% more than fireworks. You might hear some big fireworks.
Storm Willis just still struggling to find his distance on Nathan Hinds here. He's the slightly shorter man in terms of reach, and Nathan Hinds is absolutely making the most of it, using his jab to keep him at bay. Shot there lands on the gloves of Nathan Hinds.
He's looking for that one punch to end it all.
He is. I think he knows that he's probably down on the scorecards. Nathan Hinds has probably boxed consistently better through this fight. So now he's looking for that knockout blow. Will he score it? Time will tell. Nathan Hinds keeps that right hand so high up in the guard that it's hard to land anything with the left hook. You know, he consistently keeps it glued to his face, and it's hard to land the left hook with any sort of real effect. Storm Willis is committed to that shot though. He just keeps throwing that left hook. You know, you'd want to see him mix up his looks a little bit here if he's trying to score that knockdown shot, because Nathan Hinds is prepared for that left hook all day long by the looks of it.
Oh.
Nathan Hinds just coasting out the rest of this round. I think he knows that he's done enough to box his way to the title. Good right hook as I say that though.
He's smiling after that.
Last 10 seconds of the final round here. Nathan Hinds just boxing his way to victory in my eyes. Good shots.
Oh.
Just a little something to send you home with from Nathan Hinds on the end there.
100% quick combos right there. Quick combos right there.
What do you think, Azzy? Who won that one?
I'm not sure right now, but in my eyes, it seemed like the grey to black shorts might have won the fight in my eyes.
Yeah, so Nathan Hinds in the red corner there, for my money as well, Azzy. I agree with you actually. I think he just boxed better, he just kept the distance well, he landed more shots consistently. I think he looked better in there for my eye.
To my eyes, it felt like the brother in the blue corner was struggling to find that one punch. So, to be honest, I think his game plan was that one punch, I think.
Absolutely. I think you can tell there's a lot of power that he carries in those punches, like looking back on the replays that we've got on the screens in front of us. But Nathan Hinds has done such a great job defensively of staying away from them that it didn't count for much in the end, in my opinion.
100% without a doubt.
We've got Ali Wahid, the promoter for CSL, in the ring, just talking to both men, congratulating them on a good performance, with the super middleweight belt in his hands, ready to present it to the winner.
Of course, if you don't know who Mr. Ali is, he's the main man himself, the Combat Sports League promoter.
Give him a follow on Instagram, CSL_promoter. That's Ali Wahid.
100%, and he's also on YouTube right now. Make sure you all subscribe, plus on TikTok as well. So make sure you all follow the TikTok as well.
Here we go. So into our referee Moza Moses for the decision.
Rounds of action. Apologies, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges at ringside, who scored this in favour of your winner
Ali,
as the result of
you can see Ali walking around.
Decision. And the new CSL Super Middleweight Champion, red corner, Nathan Hinds.
Yeah, so as we expected there, Nathan Hinds just boxed a little bit better there, and he is now the CSL Super Middleweight Champion, so congratulations to him and commiserations to Storm Willis. He put up a really good fight. I think he boxed well in places for sure, and he should hold his head high after a performance like that.
100% without a doubt, without a doubt. End of the day, the better man came out that fight, and of course it was Storm Willis with that fight.